But it says that Yehovah became angry with me because of you. Now, isn't that exactly what happened to Yeshua? Isn't that exactly what happened to Yeshua? Huh? He took the indignation and wrath and the punishment of sin upon himself. Because of himself? No, because of us. Yeah, but why did he do it, Deborah? Why did he do it? He was putting it in right context for him. Moshe was getting warned for his sin, you know. He said, Yehovah became angry with me because of you. The same thing happened to Yeshua. He took what we deserved on himself. You notice they were the ones whining and carrying on, and Moshe is the one that got it for it, and he didn't get to go into Canaan because of it. See? And he did not listen to me. Yehovah said to me, it is too much for you. Do not continue to speak to me further about this matter. Yeshua, when he was in the garden, he said, Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me. Amen? And what's he say to Moshe here? Do not continue to speak to me further about this matter. Isn't that what Yeshua did? Father, if it's possible, let this cup pass from me. You see? He knew what he was going to endure. Amen? But nevertheless, not my will, but thy will be done. And that's kind of what happens here with Moshe. And he wouldn't listen to me, and he stopped, right? Interesting little thing. Then he says, ascend to the top of the cliff and raise your eyes westward, northward, southward, and eastward, and see with your eyes, for you shall not cross this Jordan. So he said that. Look, all those directions. Look at those things. He wanted to go in there. Because also Moshe knew there were certain commandments that could only be fulfilled in the land. Amen? There's certain commandments that they couldn't do except in the land. Moshe wanted to go in. Amen? He did. He wanted to go in. Alright. And he's refused to at this point. Now, it's amazing stuff. But I just couldn't help but notice that same thing, the same thing that Moshe's going through here. And he says, Yehovah became angry with me because of you. Because of their not doing things is why Moshe got ticked and struck the rock, and then Yehovah got angry with him. Amen? Same thing with Yeshua. Yeshua was bruised for our iniquities. It wasn't anything he did. It was what we did. Amen? In fact. Now, it wasn't what he did. Look at this in Isaiah 53. Isaiah 53. I'm going to read this through, first few verses. Who has believed our report? Isaiah 53:1. Who has believed our report, and to whom is the arm of Yehovah revealed? For he shall grow up before him as a tender plant, and as a root out of dry ground. He has no form or comeliness, and when we shall see him, there is no beauty that we should desire him. He was despised and rejected of men, a man of sorrows, acquainted with grief. And we hid, as it were, our faces from him. He was despised, and we esteemed him not. Surely he hath borne our griefs, and carried our sorrows. Yet we did esteem him smitten, stricken, smitten of God, and afflicted. But he was wounded for our transgressions, he was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace upon him, and with his stripes we are healed. All we like sheep have gone astray. We have turned every man to his own way, and Jehovah hath laid on him the iniquity of us all. Amen. Jehovah hath laid on him the iniquity of us all. Now up here in verse 1, who has believed our report, to whom is the arm of Jehovah revealed? Huh? Zeroah, arm. The word arm in verse 1 means arm is stretched out. Who's the arm of Jehovah been revealed? It means the arm that's stretched out. It also means force, or help, or power, or strength. Amen? The arm that's stretched out. Wasn't Yeshua's arm stretched out? Amen? Wasn't his arm stretched out for us? Amen? Who has believed our report? Who has believed our report? Have you ever felt like that? Have you ever felt like that? Who has believed our report? Isn't that true? When you have seen what Jehovah has done, and you share that, and people want to scorn that or speak against that, who has believed our report? Have you ever felt that way, any of you? Any of you besides me? Who has believed our report? I hear it once. Amen. See that? Who has believed our report? It's true. Now think about this when we read this thing, Isaiah 53. That was true about that day, but what Yeshua would do, then what happens to us. And I'm going to show you something, what happens to us in this verse as believers in Mashiach, especially when you're Torah observant. And people can't even believe that you are a believer in Mashiach. They can't even believe you're saved because you follow the Torah. They don't make that connection. Yet the Messiah had no problem with that. He was given the Ruach without measure, and he kept the Torah. Amen? He had no problem with that. Why these other people who claim to believe in it have trouble with that? I don't know. Who has believed our report? To whom is the arm of Jehovah revealed? To whom is the arm of Jehovah revealed? That word, again in Zeroah, the arm as stretched out, or as force, or as power, or as strength. Who has believed in the power of that stretched out arm? Amen? And the strength of Jehovah. Who's believing in the strength of Jehovah? Who is believing? See what I'm saying to you? Let's look.